For the penultimate time in 2021, we welcome you to the Italian F1 Championship powered by Abarth here at the Temple of Speed. A very wet Monza here this afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to race 2, the 23rd race of 2021. If you missed race 1 this morning, it was absolutely cracking. Ollie Bierman took the win. Lorenzo Patrese starts on pole for race 2. Let's hear from him now.
Lorenzo, not the best start of the weekend in race 1. What a shame, but you did a fantastic performance in the first part. What's now?
Yeah, one was not the best. The car performance was great. Unfortunately, due to the safety cars, we didn't have the best of luck. Now, for sure, it's not an easy condition, and we'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Lorenzo Patrese, heartbreak this morning. He led for most of the race, but ended with a DNF. He gets another chance here this afternoon for race 2, which will start behind the safety car. Patrese will be on pole alongside another Italian, Leo Fornaroli, on the outside of the front row of the grid. The Iron Lynx driver is down with Camilla on the grid. Let's hear from Fornaroli, who's down with Camilla now.
Leonardo, race 2, you're still battling for the second position. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling very good now because before I was starting in 10th position and I struggled a bit in race 1, but now P2. I'm feeling very good and I'm trying to do the best.
Thank you.
Leo Fornaroli for Team Iron Lynx, who are also competing in the World Endurance Championship over in Bahrain in the Middle East this weekend. It will be a start behind the safety car in just a few moments' time. So we've heard from Patrese and Fornaroli. We're going to hear from another Italian who was on the podium for the first time in his kart racing career, Hakimi Antonelli, the Mercedes Junior, who starts on the second row of the grid. Let's hear from Il Bolognese now.
No. Hi, Kimi. What can you expect for your performance right now?
Can you repeat?
What can you expect from your performance right now?
Wait a second. Can you repeat, please? Because my engineer is speaking to me, so I didn't really understand.
No, I just asked what can you expect for your performance?
Of course, I don't really know. It's my first time here in the rain, so I will discover as much as I can in the first lap, and we'll see. I'll do my best, and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
Calm under pressure is Hakimi Antonelli, who was on the podium this morning. The Mercedes AMG Junior, not faced by the fact that he's conducting 2 conversations in 2 different languages at the same time on a very wet afternoon here in the Italian autumn. This is, of course, Monza, the home of the Italian F1 Grand Prix. There's confirmation at the bottom of your screen that the 35 drivers will set off for race 2 behind the safety car this afternoon. So for the first time in quite some while, we've got Italians dominating the front of the grid in their home championship. It is a 30-minute plus 1 lap race. So as soon as the safety car sets off, officially we will be underway. Let's take a look at the grid. Patrese on pole once again alongside Fornaroli, Montoya and Antonelli. Tramnitz, the champion, Ollie Orso Uomo, the B-man, out of 6. Kirusha and Honda on the 4th row of the grid. Look for Kirill, car 7, out of grid 7 this afternoon. Let's go to the 5th row of the grid. Conrad Lalsen, Vlad Lomko, another Russian, Robert Tahana, Josh Dirksen, Eric Zuniga and Santiago Ramos. The Mexicans on the 7th row of the grid. Piotr Vishnitsky and the 3rd Russian, the rookie championship leader, Nikita Bedrin, out of 16 in car 15 for the Van Amersfoort racing team. We turn the page and go to Pietro Armani for Team Iron Links. Frank Simon, Francesco Simonazzi, Kasper Stuka, Francesco Braschi out of 20. And then we go to Josh Dufek as we flip through the pages. Massimo Capietto, Maya Berg, Ben Sverlind, Pedro Perino in flag to attack from the 13th row of the grid. Garciace, Ravesh, Baptiste, Bizzotto, Giorgio Marco Giannis, Samir Ben, Jonas Reed, Rocco Mozzola. The 2nd English Ollie, that's Ollie Gray for BDM Racing on the final row of the grid. A 3rd BBM Racing car. So the field have set off behind the safety car. It is raining lightly, obviously, the track. It is very, well, I'll use the word very wet, but it is raceable. It is not a torrential downpour, just light rain falling. There are the official weather conditions at the bottom left of your screen. So just light rain falling. Obviously, we are on the Pirelli wet tyre. So the race has officially started behind the safety car. 35 cars on the grid. This is the penultimate race of 2021. And this weekend, as we look at Patrese, who had heartbreak this morning when he ended in the gravel after leading for most of the race. We close the chapter this weekend because tomorrow for race 3, it is the final time we will see the Miguel T104 chassis used in Anger in 2022. We've got an all-new Tata chassis. It was presented to the world at the previous round of the championship at Mugello. It is a work of art. The Tatas, which has served us since 2014, when the Aston Martin Canadian Formula One driver Lance Stroll took the inaugural title, albeit then he was driving for the Prema Power team. It has been a brilliant servant to the championship. The new car, well, Gianfranco De Bellis of Tata, Giovanni Delfino of Alto Tecnica. Their factory is located just a few kilometres from the Monza circuit. They have produced a stunning race car. It resembles, it looks basically like a Formula 3 car. You can check it all out on the official Facebook, Instagram pages of WSK Promotion, the F4 Italian Championship, the all-new Tatas on its way in 2022. As I say, it resembles a Formula 3 car. Tatas have produced a stunning race car, which we'll take to the circuit for the first time on the 8th of May at Imola. The 2022 calendar has also been announced. We race at Imola in May, then we go to Misano, we go to Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium for the 3rd round of the championship for the first time in 2022. That is the champion, Ollie Bierman, in car 87, who took his 9th victory this morning. July 5 to the north of the eternal city of Rome, that is Vallelunga for the 4th round of the 2022 championship, to the fabulous Red Bull Ring in Austria on September 11. Back here at Monza in, quickly do some mathematics, about what, 49 weeks time for the penultimate round in 2020, and Mugello on October the 23rd hosts the season final in 1 year's time. So they set off on their 2nd sighting lap. You can see the track obviously is wet, but it is certainly raceable here this weekend. Under the control as ever of our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari. Try and anglicise the Italian surnames as best as possible. As ever, Alessandro is in charge of these 35 young drivers. The 2 girls in the field, there is one of them going through, Maya Werg, who has struggled here. It's been a tough introduction to car racing for the Iron Dames driver. Hamda Al-Kabaisi, a little better this weekend. Car 88 on grid 8. Patrese, the 2nd generation racer, he has taken Pole position for all 3 races here this weekend for Antonelli Motorsport. The team, which is owned by Marco Antonelli, who is the father of Hakimi Antonelli, who starts out at grid 4 in car 99 for the Prema Power team. A little bit confusing, I'll add to it, Antonelli Motorsport. They're also competing this weekend at Misano in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo World Finals just down the road on the Adriatic coast at the Misano circuit, where we race the 2nd round in 2022. Did you get all that? This is the penultimate race, the ultimate, the final round of the 2021 Italian F1 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented as ever, as it has been since the series introduction in 2014 by WSK Promotion. The T104 chassis was in fact presented to the racing world at La Conca Murologese World Kart Racing Circuit in the south of Italy at the end of 2013, in fact. Our series champions, Lance Stroll in 2014, Ralph Aron in 15, Marcus Siebert in 16, Marcus Armstrong, the Kiwi, showing that the New Zealanders aren't just good at rugby alone. Enzo Fittipaldi, the boy from Brazil in 2018. Dennis Hauger won in 2019. Gabriele Mini is the reigning champion. Well, he was until Ollie Bierman took the title, wrapped it up at the penultimate round of the series at Mugello just a few weeks ago. So there is Patrese, who leads the field around. You can see confirmation, safety car in at the end of this lap. 35 mega talented junior racing drivers are behind the driver from Padova, not too far from Venice, the Antonelli Motorsport driver. He did this this morning in the dry. He has to do it again on a wet track. So the safety car pulls into pit lane. The penultimate race of what has been a brilliant 2021 championship. Fornaroli right behind his countryman. And then the Prema Power team duo of Montoya and Antonelli. Patrese leads the field up to the line. The green flag flies. And for the penultimate time in 2021, we race. Nice start by Montoya, who goes around the outside of Fornaroli. Through the sprain, there is almost zero visibility. Montoya on the outside of Fornaroli, gently down into turn 1. Patrese locks up, turns in. Nicely done, and the pole sitter will hold P1. A clean start so far as the first 10, 12, 15, 20 drivers make their way through the chicane. This is nice driving as Patrese leads from Fornaroli. Montoya around the outside of the Iron Lynx team driver. So Patrese quick in the dry this morning, quick in the wet this afternoon as they head up to the Roger chicane for the first time. Montoya, he came from grid 16 to finish P5 this morning. He's on the provisional podium in this early stage of race 2 here this afternoon. As Fornaroli gets sideways on the exit, as does Dirksen in the background. And watch the ruthless racing Russian, that's Kirill Smul, in the 7 Prema Power team car up the inside of the champion as Fornaroli gets sideways on the exit of Lesmo 1. Fantastic start. Race 2 in very trying conditions here this afternoon. They go down through Saraglio under the old banking into Ascari for the first time. Well, the first time in green conditions. Fornaroli has a look up the inside, goes to the left of your screen, that's his outside. Patrese holds station. Antonelli on the outside swarms all over the back of his teammate Sebastian, who is desperately trying to take 3rd in the championship. Patrese spins! The Italian incredibly holds it together at the exit of the Ascari chicane, but he's lost the lead. Montoya goes position 1, Tramnitz around the outside as they race down under green conditions for the first time into the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. There's grip on the outside. Fornaroli tries the inside, touches the back of the German. Spin and win for both Tramnitz and Fornaroli. A complete 360 for the both of them. They touch, they continue on as Sebastian Montoya leads them across the line for the first green racing lap. The Prema Power team go 1, 2, 3. That's Antonelli behind in 2nd. And through the spray will come the Russian Kirill Smul. He's on the inside of Ollie Bierman, the champion, who says, no, you don't, to Kirusha for the moment. There's Josh Dirksen, he'll get a good run. as they exit the chicane. Patrese back in P6. Searches for grip on the outside. That's Conrad Lalsen, who's trying to win the rookie championship here this weekend, ahead of Nikita Vedran, his closest rival in the series in the rookie category. And for the moment, Conrad Lalsen, also for the Prema Power Team in car 20, through the spray, he's in P7. Patrese, he's still in the race. He was in the lead. He's just ahead of yet another Russian, Vlad Lomko. Take a look at this as they exit Ascari sideways. Actually may have got a bit of contact from Fornaroli inadvertently, and it may have just kept him in the race. Watch this, Fornaroli down the inside, the front left, makes contact with the right rear of Tim Trumnitz. How did they keep that going? They're still in the race, and they're still in with a chance of victory. Down through Saraglio, Montoya has got the lead. Still looking to break through for his maiden victory in the championship. Twice he's been on pole position. Sebastian Montoya as Trumnitz runs off the road ever so slightly. In fact, that was his teammate, I apologise, Lomko. That's Trumnitz going through. Vlad Lomko in P7 and Trumnitz, car 70 in P9. So Montoya, you can see the track condition is not too bad because he's actually looking for any standing water on the circuit to try and keep these Pirelli wets alive. Patrese starts on pole position for race 1, ends in the gravel. Pole position for race 2, almost ended in the gravel at the exit of Ascari. He'll come across the line in P6 in car 12. It is the Prema Power Team 1-2. Montoya, Antonelli trying both to take their maiden victory as Montoya drives Antonelli down the inside. The exit of the pit apron comes to his aid. Antonelli, can he turn in car 99? Big understeer, but he's done it. Brilliant pass by Andrea Kimi Antonelli. There's Lomko in car 69. Kimi Antonelli takes the lead in the Italian F4 Championship. Montoya so wide at the exit of the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. That's what gave Il Bolognese the run as they race down the straight at over 240 k's an hour. Changing down through the gearbox into the Roger chicane. Patrese, there he is, the pole sitter. He's back in P7. Behind Vlad Lomko, his father. Oh, we look at one of the US racing cars going around. That's Lomko. He's facing the wrong way. Patrese picks up another one. There's Simonazzi. He'll pick up a place around the outside. Patrese goes around and takes Tim Trumnitz. So that's one back for the Italian, the pole sitter. Car 12 for Antonelli Motorsport. A look at this at the exit of the Roger chicane. Gets on the curb, gets on the power. And around goes the Russian in the 69 US racing car. His teammate Trumnitz just misses him by millimeters. Was going to go to his left, goes to his right at the last possible moment. So Patrese up to 6 ahead of Trumnitz, Lalsen, Fornaroli. There's the leaders going through. Lorenzo Patrese now on the back of Trumnitz. There's Conrad Lalsen and Leo Fornaroli in position 7, 8, 9 respectively. Frank Simon, Francesco Simonazzi, car 84 for PVM Racing, now into the top 10 as Hamda Alkabasi. Well, she retires from race 1. Unfortunately, she's pulled into pit lane and she's out. She'll start from grid 6 for the final race of the season tomorrow morning. Antonelli leads across the line, still the Prema Power Team 1-2, but Bierman has got the toe, has got the run from Sebastian Montoya. The gap just half a second. Andrea Kimi Antonelli breaks right in the middle of the circuit. Bierman, he's got Kirill Small behind. Kirill Kirusha trying to make it a Prema Power Team 1-2-3. That's car 7, the SMP-backed Prema Power Team car. He won the opening round of the championship at the Paul Ricard Le Castellet circuit in the south of France to start the 2021 championship. It hasn't been the best season for Kirill, but he's looking to end on a high as the reigning champion, the newly crowned champion, in fact, goes down the inside and takes second place away from Sebastian Montoya. sideways on the exit. Goes Ollie, the Van Amersfoort driver. He's got Bremer Power Team drivers behind and ahead of him. There's Josh Dirksen in the background, the two-time race winner in 2021, as Montoya gets sideways on the exit of Lesmo 1. Spectacular in the Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented by WSK Promotion. We go back in the back. Robert De Haan at the chicane. That's where he had a moment beached in the gravel earlier. He's come together with Eric Zuniga and also Francesco Braschi. Antonelli on your screen stays green. He's the fastest driver on the circuit at 2:12.720. There's Patrese. Conrad Lalsen goes in deep, fighting off Leo Fornaroli, who is also a race winner in 2021. What a race here. The penultimate race of the season. Confirmation of that incident involving Eric Zuniga and Robert De Haan down in the chicane. That is under investigation, no surprise there. So there's Trumnitz going through Patrese, Lalsen to the left of your screen, Fornaroli to the right, around the outside. Car 72 for Team Iron Lynx holds the place. Skates on the exit of the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. And through the spray, the rain still falling ever so lightly as you look at Il Bolognese. Andrea Hakimi, Antonelli, what a performance. Second generation racer. He goes down through the chicane now in the lead, can you believe? Bierman, the champion, sideways on the exit. The Bremer Power teammates. Kirusha right on the back of Montoya as Dirksen goes straight ahead. Kirill Small tries the inside, now tries the outside. The track changes direction, and he'll be snookered here if he's not careful. Has to get out of the throttle as Antonelli goes ahead. Don't throw it away now, Kimi. Checks his mirror, stares at his mirror, in fact, and the champion is coming for him. Ollie will have seen that as clear as day, despite the limited visibility, as Small finds grip on the outside of the Lesmo curves. There's Dirksen in the background. Sensational here in the penultimate race of this era of the Tartus T40 chassis, T104 chassis. The car which has served us brilliantly from the very opening season in 2014. Kimi Antonelli, his third ever car race meeting after making his debut in round 5 of the 2021 championship. We look at Dirksen go through in car 10, Trumnitz behind, and it looks very unlikely Lorenzo Patrese in the background will win here this afternoon. He'll have one more chance tomorrow when he starts from pole position. Antonelli throws it down into the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. There's Dirksen in car 10. Accelerates. They were doing 246 k's an hour in the try in free practice on Thursday and Friday. The quickest drivers, Wisniewski and Santiago Ramos for the Jensen Motorsport team. You can see the wings virtually flat as Fornaroli parks it in the gravel and the Iron Lynx driver is out. That will almost certainly elevate Sebastian Montoya to third in the championship. A local yellow only for the moment. We're keeping one eye on word from race control. Antonelli, look at the lead. 1.5 seconds. We'll be praying for the track to stay green. Fornaroli just turns in and there's no grip in the gravel. And the Iron Lynx driver has parked it. He's out. The exit of Ascari, we still stay green for the moment as we approach the final third of the penultimate race of 2021, 1.5 seconds. Bierman, he won a spectacular race this morning as Leo steps out of car 72, very little damage. He'll be back for race 3, the final race of the championship tomorrow morning. But he has now, with that, surrendered third in the championship to car 6 in P3, Sebastian Montoya. Tim Trumnitz in the background at the exit of Lesmo 2 gets sideways. Under the old banking goes Antonelli. down into the Ascari chicane. There's a local yellow right there. We'll try and stay green until the remainder, or for the remainder of the race. Smell sideways, car 7, P4. Antonelli, what a performance this is. We told you in race 1 this morning, Gwen Legru of the Mercedes AMG Formula 1 team is here at the circuit to watch the Toto Wolff signed Mercedes AMG Junior lead in his 3rd ever car race. He spoke to Camilla quite confidently on the grid, whilst simultaneously conducting a conversation with his race engineer in perfect English. He speaks perfect Italian, and by way of being signed by the Mercedes team, he's also frantically studying how to speak German as well. He leads this. What a performance. As Montoya and Smull, the Prema drivers, with Beerman in between them, down into the chicane. Again, breaks in the middle of the circuit. Beerman does likewise. Goes straight ahead. Antonelli again. Just keeps his cool though. He's still got the lead. Let's hope for his sake the car is not damaged. Andrea Antonelli, the WSK Euro Series kart racing champion from 2020. Nervously holds the lead, 1.4 seconds back to Ollie. And Montoya, 3rd place, and now 3rd in the championship, with the retirement just a few moments ago of Leo Fornaroli. Dirksen is going quickly in the background. P5 for the South American, in car 10 for the BWT Muka Motorsport team. Kirill finding grip on the outside, where in the dry you dare not go. There's Montoya out of Lesmo 2. Smull, the SMP driver, sideways throws it out of Lesmo 2 as they race down by Saraglio under the famous historic old banking, which thankfully was not demolished in the 1990s when there were plans to do such. Smull, Dirksen, that's Trumnitz in the background, and you just got a glimpse of Lorenzo Patrese, who will not win race 2. The rain has actually stopped. The track obviously still wet, but it's not torrentially soaked. It is certainly raceable as Antonelli goes down the right side of the track to the left of your screen, looking for standing water, just drifts into the Michele Alboreto Parabolica. Montoya has not given up hope of taking his maiden victory in the 2021 championship. Twice he started from pole position. Of course, he'll be off to Bahrain in a few days' time to test an LMP2 Le Mans sports car in the young driver rookie test at the Bahrain Grand Prix circuit. That's a big opportunity for Sebastian. We know he's quick. As we say, 2 pole positions, but desperately trying to break through for his maiden victory. Antonelli, his teammate, trying to do likewise. OB at the moment in position 2. Sebastian wearing the helmet colours of his famous father. Multiple Formula 1 Grand Prix winner. Indianapolis 500 winner as well, Juan Pablo, watching his boy Sebastian. He's on the podium at the moment. His teammates in P1, Beerman in P2 between the Prema Power Team drivers who run 1, 3 and 4. The dying stages of the penultimate race of the 2021 Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented as ever since its inception in 2014 by WSK Promotion. As we say, the penultimate race for this magnificent car before an all-new chassis from Tartas, which is produced, manufactured within walking distance of this Monza circuit, hits the track on the 8th day of May in 2022. Beerman looking for the standing water. The track, it's not too bad at all. There's almost a dry line on the exit as Perino goes through. That's Kasper Stuka right behind. Kasper Stuka. Vlad Lonko in car 69, who was in the top 10. A good recovery as Pedro Perino, the driver from the south of Africa, the Mozambican in car 77 for US Racing, teammate to Lonko. And of course Trumnitz, who's still in P6, as Lonko Wisniewski, the pole, he was quickest in a straight line in practice, 246 k's an hour. Stuka, right behind him is Francesco Braschi. As the safety car comes out onto the circuit, there's Fornaroli's car, just disappearing to the left of your screen. It's not the reason why. It is car 25, which has beached in the gravel from north of the border. It's the Swiss driver, Samir Ben. The rear wheel spinning, but Samir is going nowhere. Ben packs it in the penultimate race of the season. The safety car has been deployed. Antonelli had a lead of 1.2 seconds, which has now disintegrated. These drivers have driven superbly in very trying conditions. We've stayed green right up till 4 minutes 44 left on the clock in the penultimate race of the 2021 championship. Look at Ollie's going for win number 10. Desperately keeping the heat in the Pirelli tyres. Samir Ben steps out of the Jensen Motorsport car. From north of the border in Switzerland, Samir Ben is out. Kasper Stuka having a good run right up until that point, just behind Perino. Wisniewski, Lomko, Santiago Ramos, whose teammate Samir Ben has just retired. The Mexican in P13, Nikita Bedrin, he's in P12. This will take a moment or two. You can see very precariously parked and thrown a lot of gravel back on the circuit. Our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, having no option but to throw the safety car instantly. Lorenzo Petresi, what could have been, he'll have another crack from P1 tomorrow, the final race of the 2021 championship. So you can see the track, there's really no standing water on the racing line. There's Trumnitz going through, Petrese, Conrad Lalsen, car 20, fighting for the rookie championship. Conrad, the Dane, he's in P8. Nikita Bedrin, who was leading the rookie championship, in car 15, he is in P12. So there is the rookie title to be decided here this weekend. The crew here at Monza have done a superb job because already the track has been cleared and the safety car will pull into pit lane at the end of this lap. Giorgio Marcogianis going through, Maya Werg, Ollie Gray, Bizzotto, Ravesh, Reed, Garciace. It's M. Flack doing a good job on his debut in the Italian Championship after coming over and joining us from the other side of the English Channel for the final round of the championship. Antonelli leads the field around. The safety car pulls into pit lane. Down here on the start-finish straight, the green flag is already flying. Biermann desperately wants win number 10. Goes the outside, cannot pass until they pass the start-finish line, which is now 5 green lights. The green flag flies and they're wheel-to-wheel at over 240 k's an hour. Antonelli looking for his maiden victory. That's the champion on his left. To your right, Ollie Biermann with the Prema Power Team drivers behind him. Antonelli will not relinquish the lead, says, no, you don't. But then Ollie just forces him out of the way as Biermann goes straight, Small goes straight ahead. Ollie has taken P1. Antonelli sees his chances of victory almost disappear with the deployment of the safety car. He may get another moment here because Nico Baptiste, the Colombian, has also retired. For the moment, we stay green. Biermann, what a drive in the dry, in the wet, as Montoya locks up, goes straight ahead. Antonelli joins him, and controversially, they come out ahead. Oh, we have to ask the question, okay, they've let him back in, but since when did a WRX Joker lap make its way into international open wheel motor racing? You can't blame the drivers. Once upon a time, there used to be gravel. The circuits, they've just put in acres and acres of asphalt runoff area. Nevertheless, we concentrate on the battle for the lead on this, what we believe is the penultimate lap of the race. It'll be close though. This may actually turn out to be the final lap. 30 seconds left on the clock. Down into the Ascari chicane. Antonelli will be ruining that safety car. He's back in P3. Dirksen trying to get up onto the podium. This is the penultimate lap of the race. There's Baptiste's car to the bottom right. He's had a moment coming into the Alboreto Parabolica, as Bierman incredibly would lead them across the line to start the last lap of the race. Is it win number 10? Coming up for OB1. Montoya desperate to try and take the victory for the first time in 2021. Montoya in P2, Bierman puts it down the middle of the circuit. Antonelli, he was in P1, he's back to 4th. Holds 3rd, there's Dirksen, Small, Trumnitz, Patrese, what could have been for Lorenzo. Behind him is the Rookie Series leader, Conrad Lalsen. Looked as though that was Santiago Ramos going straight ahead down through the chicane on the final lap of the penultimate race of 2021. Bierman won in the dry this morning. He's got a lead of almost half a second. Dirksen on the charge. Antonelli up the inside, and Dirksen, Josh, goes straight ahead. Almost passes the race leader, Bierman. Just joins right in front of Kirusha, who will be furious with that. And he has every right to be as well. Trumnitz just behind Kirill in car 6. Bierman, can you believe this? What a performance. He only arrived at the circuit at midnight after competing in the Autosport British Racing Drivers Club Young Driver of the Year Award. He's down to the final 4. That's to be announced imminently. Once upon a time, that prestigious prize, which dates back to 1989 and has incredible alumni as its champions. Once upon a time, the prize was a test in an F1 car. Not the case for the moment, despite, frustratingly, Aston Martin, who have their own F1 team sponsoring that magnificent event. Ollie Bierman passes the double-waved yellow, which has been displayed for Nico Baptiste. This is incredible. He will do it again. Comes up short for the how many times? Sebastian Montoya in 2nd place. Ollie Bierman across the line in the rain at the Temple of Speed. The champion wins in style. Ollie Bierman wins the penultimate race of the season. He won in the dry this morning. He wins in the rain this afternoon. Montoya 2nd again. Antonelli in his 3rd race on the podium this afternoon. Outbreak for Il Bolognese, who led right up until the safety car was deployed. As we lose Piotr Wisnicki on the final lap of the race in the gravel. Bierman, 10th victory of what has been a dominant season. This is why we lost Wisnicki. Turned in, that was an ambitious move. In fact, it was Brasky, his teammate. Wow, Andreas Jenser down in pit lane, seeing 2 of his drivers take themselves out on the final corner. Piotr Wisnicki, Francesco Braschi, the Jenser Motorsport teammates come together. That was a big crash. They would have been decelerating from, even in the rain, over 200 k's an hour at the very same moment that Ollie Bierman was taking the checkered flag. The only way is Essex, OB1, with his 10th victory of 2021. Was frustrated to win the championship at Mugello, despite only crossing the line in race 3 in 10th place. It was enough to seal the deal. He wanted to win it in style. He's certainly done that thus far this weekend, regardless what happens in race 3. Race 21 tomorrow, the 3rd race of this weekend, and the 21st of the season tomorrow morning here at Monza. Throws it around. Car 87, Van Amersfoort Racing. They're back on top. Immense frustration for Sebastian Montoya in car 6, 2nd again. 2 pole positions. How many podiums? I've lost count, to be perfectly honest. He comes up short by just under a second. Bierman with his 10th victory of the season. Montoya in 2nd place, and Antonelli in his 3rd ever car race, the Mercedes AMG Junior in P3. Dirksen, Small, Trumnitz, Patrese back in 7th. Great drive while all that was happening from Cappietto. Lalsen P9 takes the lead of the Rookie Championship. Dufek, Bedrin 11th, critically ahead of Simonazzi. Santiago Ramos, Vlad Lomko, Perino, Stuka, Valint, Zuniga, Pietro Armani, Giorgio Marco Giannis, Ollie Gray, Bizzotto, Dahan, Ravesh. Reed did finish this time in 25th ahead of Marcus Flack, Garciace, Mazzola on debut ahead of Berg, the final finisher. Vishnitsky, DNF, Brasky, DNF, Baptiste, Samir Ben, they were out. Fornaroli retired in the gravel early on, and Hamda Al-Khabaisi, she pulled into pit lane in the early stages of the race. Car 87, but it's OB in position 1. His 10th victory of a history-making season. His younger brother there congratulating him. What a year for Ollie. Also picked up some podiums racing in the British Formula 3 Championship, now known as GB3 as well. A huge future ahead of him. A record-breaking 10th victory of 2021. Then Abarth Racing, let's give the team of Fritz some credit as well. They've taken the title back from the Prema Power team, who won it in with Gabriele Mini in 2020. Antonelli, car 99, again on the podium. In 3rd place, Montoya, what does he have to do? He'll have another chance for a victory in the season final tomorrow morning. He finishes in P2. Ollie Bierman, he fought for that one. The only way is S6. The Englishman has won for the 10th time this season. Ollie Bierman is down in pit lane. Let's hear from the race winner now.
Hi, Oliver. This is the 10, so it's quite an achievement. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's amazing to take 10 victories in the championship. Probably one of the toughest ones, first real wet race. And yeah, I lacked a bit of pace at the start, but yeah, I managed to catch up and follow some lines. And yeah, after the safety car, I just made the most of it, and yeah, had really good pace at the end. So yeah, faultless race.
Looking forward to tomorrow. What can you expect for your performance now?
Well, I don't mind if it's wet or dry because we both had good results, but yeah, anyway, I hope to finish the last race off in style.
Thank you.
The highlights of the penultimate race of 2021. We got underway behind the safety car. Lorenzo Patrese led the field down into turn 1. He understeered into the chicane, but drove superbly to hold the lead. Fornaroli on the outside of Montoya. A fabulous start as 35 drivers cleanly threaded their way through the needle. That is the first chicane. Patrese threw away the race lead at Ascari, and that was the end of the Antonelli Motorsport drivers' chances. What a moment this was. Trumnitz and Fornaroli going around in synchronized spinning. And Trumnitz's teammate Vlad Lomko would do likewise a few laps later. Robert Dahan, he came to grief in the first chicane in race 1. He did likewise with Eric Zaniga in race 2 here this afternoon. Montoya and Bierman went wheel to wheel, but it was Antonelli who looked destined to take his maiden victory until the safety car was deployed in the final stages. Bierman got the run down into the chicane. Antonelli held it, but Bierman just muscled his way by as Small went straight ahead. And from there, Ollie Bierman would go on to take a record-breaking 10th victory of 2021. The checkered flag for the English driver yet again here in the rain, in the Italian autumn, at the Temple of Speed. Van Amersfoort Racing, what a performance for the Dutch team. As we say, they won the title with Dennis Hauger in 2019. Gabriele Mini took it back to the Prema Power team last year, but VAR with Ollie Beerman back on top in 2021. The light is fading rapidly here at Monza as Kimi stands on the third step of the podium. Montoya again on the podium, but it's not the top step. A great drive regardless for the Colombian for the 10th time. OB on position 1. Ollie Beerman with his 10th victory of 2021. God Save the Queen will ring out here in Italy once again in just a moment.
Andiamo con l'inno nazionale, National Anthem.
God save the Queen. God bless the Queen of England. Her subject, Ollie Beerman, has won here in the penultimate race of the season. Thanks for joining us. The season final at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning from Monza. Thanks for your company. We'll see you then.